Isaiah's doubtful for Boston College, and other than that, he's day by day.
Those X-rays show anything further? I know
We-
you said after the game was not a high ankle, not a fracture.
We feel like it's just a sprain.
How does it affect things with your lineup, I mean, as far as subs and everything?
Well, we didn't practice yesterday. We will practice today. I met with some guys and just talked to them about, a guy like Jack McVay, I think, can help us. And it hasn't really, I don't think he's come out and played as aggressively as he can. I believe that Jack is going out, maybe he knows he's not getting quite the minutes he used to get, so he's more protective of what he does. And we need him better than that. We need him playing more aggressively. And so a guy like Jack will slide into that spot for sure, and we'll just see after that. You never know when you might throw in a wing like Nana Kenton or something like that, a bigger wing. I think Thomas Allen's getting better physically too, so I could see his minutes getting there, getting better and improving.
How close is Thomas Allen to 100% right now?
I'll bet he's in the 90s now. He wasn't that way. He couldn't even complete our first practice in Florida. But now you think about it, that would have been Tuesday, and it's Monday. It was a long time ago. Is it? What day is today? It's Tuesday, so I don't even know. And so that was a week ago. And so he's much better, And I thought he made big plays for us, 2 very important plays late in the game against Long Beach State. Thomas Allen.
What was your kind of overall review of those 3 games? So you kind of saw a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I thought we played 4 phenomenal halves of basketball and 2 atrocious. And so when you have the EKG, right, you just something there, Can we get just this bottom one up, to just a moderate bad, not an awful, not a cover your eyes, run for the exits type of thing. So, I just got to keep studying that, figuring that out as a coach in terms of, is that the right lineup? Why do we get to those spots? And what is it about it that changes it? It's usually foul trouble, turnovers, some fatigue, but we have to be able to play through those things.
On the other side of that, is those good halves, is that what this team is capable of, you think, or can they, do they have a higher ceiling?
They're doing it, so yeah, I think they're capable of it. And, when the ball moves and we have good player movement and ball movement, and you see it immediately. You see it on assists per field goal attempts or field goals made. You see it in made threes and rhythm shots and just, the motion that I would rather run, So I think we're doing a better job with that, and getting our guys to understand what's really valuable and what a good possession looks like, and how to do that over and over and over is
Or
important.
getting more reps playing like that to kind of get them.
No doubt, getting more reps and gaining confidence and getting everybody on the same page. The injury really hurts us with Isaiah. There's no doubt, knock on wood. I said at the beginning of the year, we have to stay injury-free to have that big year. And losing him that game, we were able to get by it because Anton Gill was shooting lights out, and I thought that Glenn was as good as I've ever seen Glenn to start the game. For a long period of time, he dominated the game individually for about 7 minutes of the game. And we're sitting there at about 45 points, I think, with 8 minutes left in the half. And you just, part of you says, okay, we're scoring 120 tonight. And then reality slaps you a little bit and you say, ooh, the return to the mean, right? I mean, this is, we got to hang on here because we can't, you just don't know if you're going to keep it going at that rate. And we didn't, of course, for the rest of the first half, but we started out the second half on a real hot bit too until we got, when Jordy was in the game, we were plus 25, because he could end a possession and he can, even though he's not scoring, he's so important to our team. And we got to get him, going. And that's where at the end of the game you can go inside him because he can make free throws and he can do some things. And so when a team's out there stretched out chasing you around, you can just punch it inside and let him go to work. So, but, Doobie got 3 fouls in a minute. It's hard to play him. And it's hard for him to get a rhythm. And then Jordy, just a couple needless fouls where he reaches over or, gets so locked in on pursuing the ball, doesn't, have the awareness around him to know when he's going to crash into somebody. And Jordy does that. He gets tunnel vision. That's what I like about him, but, when you're that big, man, it's going to cause some problems.
How much better is Boston College this year than last year?
Oh, yeah, they're terrific. Right now, I'd say. Their guard play was good last year, and then, they've improved with number 23. Help me out. Who's their guy? Who am I thinking? The kid from Illinois State. Deontay Hawkins. So Deontay Hawkins comes in as a all-conference power forward in the Valley as a junior. He's a bona fide good player. When you're an all-league player, especially one of the upper leagues like the Valley is, you're a good player at a lot of places. And he's come in and given them an excellent dimension of rebounding, offensive rebounding and scoring. Then they've got the three guards. Bauman really is a creator and a three-point shooter. And Robinson can make threes, and 25 Chapman, can make threes. And so, he's a very efficient player. And their inside guys are better, and they're rebounding the ball really well. And they've been good defensively. So they offense rebound well. Their offense has been good, especially in the 2-point range where we've really struggled for a while. And that's really Hawkins in my book, And those guards are good in the mid-range game too. So I think that they have a great deal of confidence because they have a new dynamic like we do, some new injection of new talent. And those guys are doing a really good job for them. So I think they're a good team. I think it should be a great game.
You guys have had a lot of block shots, steals. Glenn's been very active. Your length has caused a lot of turnovers. But yet, what areas defensively do you think you can improve?
Well, defensive rebounding first and foremost. And that goes with a lot of things. That's your ability to guard, screen, and roll, get the ball stopped there, your ability to guard the ball one-on-one in isolation or off a closeout. The better you guard the ball and can stand the offense up, the better your rebounding is going to be. But also, we kind of stop on some rebounds. We don't necessarily chase it down, and we have an enormous amount of rebounds that we hit with two hands and don't come up with. And maybe we need some stickum. I don't know. Where's Tatum at? The old Raiders guy, who was that? Jack Tatum? What was his name? But, we could use some stickum, I think, too, because that wouldn't hurt us. I think we're defending the three all right in terms of limiting attempts, our pressure, and, getting away from what I now call the modified pack, which is we're more extended. But we're going to have to extend, too, especially with teams in transition, which is another press conference here down the road when we start seeing Michigan State and Creighton and all the road runners. Yeah.
Down the road.
I get them in the wrong order all the time, but I think they're all 4 ranked.
After getting a chance to see your team 3 games in 4 days, kind of that compact schedule, do you see any carryover between games as far as like a good second half turns into a good first half in the next game?
Well, the one thing we see for sure is a poor performance ignites a good performance. So I'm hoping our poor performance second half will ignite a good performance against Boston College. But that's easy. That's like, the guy that cracks his dog on the nose with a newspaper when he does wrong. You're going to get some kind of immediate response. That doesn't mean it's the right way to do it. So my point is that we shouldn't have to play bad to play good the next time. What we need to do is have this consistency. And I think when we show film today, and of course when you're down there you see a whole bunch of film, I think the guys will see this consistent thing from day to day to day, that when the ball moves and they move, good things happen on offense. And when we stop the ball and we handle screen and roll well and we rebound, that really good things happen. And of course, those other things like Brian alluded to with our length and our active hands, there's some teams we can turn over and create that into offense too, which is important, because if you don't have early transition and some real easy buckets, you got to drink from that chalice of easy baskets, and transition layups off good defense is certainly one of them.
How did you like to win 3-1?
Well, it kind of saved our bacon against, gave us a chance against Central Florida. We only played it one possession after that, and we got dunked on. And so it's like anything else. Depending on the lineup that's out there, the longer the lineup, the better off we are. It's hard to do any of our zone when we're smaller. You use your length to cover it up. You'll watch Syracuse and Maryland last night, they got 2 6'5" guards up on top of that zone. That's the idea. When we played more zone too, we had Tran Petaway up there, and he was real good. And even last year we had some length. But, when we get Palmer out there and Evan and Glenn's really quick, and then you got Roby in on the nail and anybody back in the post, protecting the rim, it's a pretty good group. You've seen a lot of length. Anything else? All right, thanks.